Welcome back to True Blue here on BYUtv. Blaine Fowler back with us. We heard from Riley Nelson a moment ago reacting to the news that Jake Heaps is going to transfer. We talked about this a little earlier in the show, but with Heaps and wanting to play as soon as possible, what's the scenario?
Well, if he's going to transfer to another Division 1A program, FBS type program, he's going to have to sit out next year as a transfer. So his eligibility is going to be the same whether he stays here and whether he were to stay here and redshirt or go someplace else. But don't be surprised if some big-time programs come after him. I would not be surprised to see Lane Kiffin from USC come after Jake Heaps, and he may be a great fit there.
All right, we'll see what happens. We saw what happened with the secondary over there in Honolulu on Saturday. And we talked about it going in, that it would be a big test for BYU. Boy, did they stand up and deliver.
Yeah, if you're going to play the spread offense, you've got to keep everything in front of you, force the quarterback to check down to his underneath receivers, and then you've got to tackle in space. And BYU's secondary was absolutely up to the task. I thought they played their best game as a group in this game. And I love this hit. I know that it drew flags, but you got Daniel Sorensen and Travis Uwale saying, okay, you're going to come underneath, you're going to get smacked. And all game long, BYU did just what they were supposed to. Preston Hadley had a solid game. Ball completed, but he makes the tackle immediately. And here you see Corby Eason, same thing. You complete a 4-yard ball, you're going to get knocked down or out of bounds right there. And Hadley and Eason, you know, they did a terrific job. 14 pass breakups each. That's 16th in the NCAA for the season. They've been terrific. I thought this was the turning point in the ball game when Joe Sampson picks this up. Great hit by Wona Kavinga, and Joe Sampson picks it up and takes it back for 6, and then BYU just rolled after that. The secondary was great.
In the past, you know, we're going way back, the players tend to lose a little focus going to the islands. This receiving core, however, on Saturday was on the money.
Yeah, they're getting better every week, and it's more than just Cody Hoffman now. It's a variety of guys. Their confidence is up, and Riley Nelson's confidence in them is up. J.D. Falstaff's become a very reliable guy. Throw him a 2-yard ball, and he's so good in the open field. He's going to make people miss and turn it into a big play for you.
He's like the Wes Welker of the Patriots.
He really is. That's the role that he plays. And then Marcus Matthews is a tight end that can play in the slot as a stand-up, has really emerged as a guy that Riley Nelson is very comfortable with. He had 4 catches and had another really solid game. And then Ross Apo is getting better every week. I see his confidence, you know, gaining with each play, with each game, and he is going to be a big-time player in the future for BYU. He's got that great size and ability to go up and get the football and take it away from a defender. And you know, Cody Hoffman is one of the premier receivers in the country. He has really emerged as that. I love this play where Riley keeps his feet, stumbles to the outside, and Cody Hoffman just sticks out that big left hand and brings it in with one hand. He's the kind of guy, we used to have Glenn Kozlowski, that if you were in trouble, you knew you could throw it up, and Glenn would not allow it to get intercepted. He would either catch it or knock it down. That's the way Riley Nelson feels right now with Cody Hoffman. I'll throw it up there. The guy's going to make a play. He was outstanding. You see his number 7 catches, 123 yards in that ball game. He was terrific.
And a sophomore.
Yeah, this receiving core is young, and they're really talented.
Helmet sticker today. I know who you're going with, and
yeah, this
couldn't be more.
Was this
of a
the easiest one?
recipient.
Is this the easiest one of the year? We've got to turn it around because we're getting full on that side. But we're going to give the helmet sticker this week to quarterback Riley Nelson. Coming back from injury, I mean, he sets the tone for everything that BYU does. He works so hard during the week at practice, sets the tone in practice, and he sets that tough guy mentality in games. That throw right there, that's a beautiful throw. He throws it away from the defender in a spot where his receiver can go make a play, and he has just been so accurate the last couple of weeks before the injury and now in this game. I was amazed at how good he was. Little rust in the first couple of series, but as he got into the flow of the game, he was really good.
He looks more and more like Steve Young.
Oh, this play was a classic Steve Young type of play. Ducks under the corner blitz, feels it coming from the backside, and makes a beautiful throw off balance to Cody Hoffman for the touchdown. Riley Nelson is looking more and more like a BYU quarterback and not just a good athlete playing quarterback. He's making the right reads, he's making the throws, and his escapability is off the charts.
And getting a little lucky, too, and you need that.
Well, you've got to know the right guys to throw it to if you're trying to get lucky, and number 2 is the guy you could throw it to, and you're going to be lucky more times than not.
All right, well, the leader on the basketball team, as Riley's emerged, says that this is his football program and his team. Noah Hartsock has mentioned the Player of the Week in the West Coast Conference, but Noah and the Cougars, they put the hurt on Northern Arizona, and then they really thump Oregon up in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and we knew Noah was going to be good, and he's delivered. The big surprise has been Anson Winder.
Right.
Since he's been inserted into this lineup, it has made a big difference for BYU. Remember early Early on this season, turnovers were a problem. They weren't real aggressive on the guard line. And Anson Winder's a guy with a lot of RPMs going all the time. He wants to push that ball, and Dave Rose loves that. He will look to score in the early offense. He'll look to distribute to his teammates in the early offense, and he's a big enough defender on the perimeter. And this has made Brock Zylstra a better player. You look at his season numbers. As a two guard, not having to worry about handling the basketball, he's been a better player. A nice compliment to Winder at that point guard position. And then Steven Rogers, the change that Dave made in putting him on the bench and bringing him off the bench has given BYU instant offense off the bench. He's been very solid, and I like him in the role as sixth man. And we talked about Noah Hartsock. Look at his numbers against Oregon. Great shooting percentage. He's a sneaky good rebounder, and what a matchup problem he is for other teams. You put a big guy on him, he's so quick with that spin move, and he'll take him out and shoot from the perimeter. You put a little guy on him, and he'll go inside and just pound him. And he is one of the tough matchups in the whole entire Western United States in college basketball this year.
And then Matt Carlino, 2 weeks from Saturday, gets to play. We'll see what he's got.
It's nice that Anson Winder's developed now. Now there's depth at the point guard position.